First contact deception. In the bustling control room of Luna Base Prime, General Sarah Chen watched the massive holographic display with calculated indifference. The three Galaxies Alliance fleet had just emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the solar system, exactly where humanity's quantum sensors had predicted they would appear. Right on schedule, she murmured, her dark eyes reflecting the dancing lights of a dozen monitoring stations. Around her, operators maintained their posts with practiced precision, their movements deliberate and unhurried. To an outside observer, the advanced holographic displays and quantum computers would have seemed impossible for a supposedly primitive Earth civilization. The Alliance ships were impressive by most standards, a fleet of sleek vessels with crystalline hulls that sparkled like diamonds in the sunlight. Their flagship alone was the size of Manhattan, its hull adorned with the intricate markings of the three Galaxies Alliance, three intertwined spirals representing the unified galaxies under their control. They're broadcasting on all frequencies, General. Lieutenant Rivera reported from his communication station, using incredibly basic radio waves. They clearly expect us to be impressed by even that level of technology. Chen allowed herself a small smile. The Alliance's patronizing approach was exactly what Earth's intelligence division had predicted. For the past century, humanity had carefully crafted its image as a young, struggling civilization barely able to reach its own moon. The reality couldn't have been more different. Begin Protocol Omega, Chen ordered. Show them exactly what they expect to see. Across Earth, carefully predetermined events began to unfold. Outdated satellite systems suddenly detected the alien fleet, triggering worldwide panic, all carefully orchestrated. News networks broadcast scenes of chaos and confusion, while world leaders made a show of scrambling to respond to humanity's first contact. The Alliance's first transmission was exactly as predicted. People of Earth, the message began in what they thought was impressively translated English. We are the three Galaxies Alliance, bearers of civilization and order to the cosmic frontier. We have watched your development with great interest. In the depths of Mount Yamato, Earth's true governing body, the Global Defense Council, gathered to watch the show unfold. Dr. Emily Santos, head of Psychology, provided running commentary on the Alliance's behavior. Notice their choice of words, she pointed out. Bearers of civilization. They're positioning themselves as superior from the very start. Their archaeological scans of Earth's surface show exactly what we wanted them to see, the carefully maintained ruins of our primitive past. The truth was hidden in the quantum dimension, a discovery humanity had made 50 years ago. While the Alliance believed they were dealing with a species that had barely mastered nuclear fusion, humanity had built entire cities and shipyards in quantum space, invisible to conventional scanning technology. The Alliance's diplomatic vessel descended through Earth's atmosphere with theatrical flourish, landing in the designated area outside the United Nations building in New York. Their representative, a tall being with crystalline features named High Speaker Zorix, emerged with the practiced grace of one who believed himself to be addressing primitives. We offer you protection, Zorix announced to the gathered human leaders, his translator converting his harmonic language into English. Under our guidance, your species can avoid the many pitfalls that befall young civilizations. We ask only for your trust and cooperation. In her command center, General Chen received a quantum-encrypted message from humanity's hidden fleet. In the spaces between conventional reality, 5,000 warships waited, each one carrying technology that would make the Alliance's finest vessels look like children's toys. Continue monitoring, she ordered her crew. Let them think they're the teachers. Let them believe we need their protection. She paused, watching as High Speaker Zorix began listing the many restrictions that would be placed on Earth's development. They'll learn soon enough. As the day progressed, the Alliance representatives laid out their terms. Earth would be granted protected status, with all technological development overseen by Alliance advisors. Space travel beyond the moon would require Alliance permission. All resource extraction would need Alliance approval. And through it all, humanity played its part perfectly. Their leaders displayed appropriate awe and gratitude. Their scientists showed excitement at the prospect of learning from advanced beings, and their military leaders demonstrated carefully calculated nervousness. None of the Alliance representatives noticed the quantum scanning probes analyzing their every move. None of them detected the advanced AI systems cataloging their weaknesses, and none of them realized that with each patronizing smile and condescending explanation, they were confirming humanity's deepest suspicions about their true nature. As night fell over New York, High Speaker Zorix returned to his ship, satisfied with the day's work. Another primitive world had been brought under the Alliance's protective wing. In Luna Base Prime, General Chen sent a single quantum-encrypted message to the Global Defense Council. Phase 1 complete. The deception had begun, and humanity would keep playing the part of the grateful primitive species until the moment was right to show the Alliance the true meaning of advanced civilization. Hidden strength. Deep within Europa's ice crust, in a quantum-shielded facility known as Deep Harbor, Dr. Marcus Wong stood before a wall of holographic displays showing the Alliance's mentorship program unfolding across Earth. 6 months had passed since first contact, and the charade was proceeding exactly as planned. Another shipment of their advanced technology, he noted, watching Alliance cargo ships unload at the new Beijing spaceport. The devices they brought: basic matter replicators, primitive fusion reactors, and simplified medical scanners, would have been considered outdated by Earth's hidden technological standards decades ago. Captain Maya Patil entered the command center, her quantum-enhanced uniform adapting to Deep Harbor's controlled atmosphere. The Alliance just established another educational center in Buenos Aires, she reported, bringing up the relevant feeds. They're teaching our scientists the basics of antimatter containment. Wong couldn't help but laugh. In the quantum dimension labs just meters away, human scientists were perfecting zero-point energy extraction, making antimatter technology as obsolete as steam engines. But they sat through the Alliance's lectures, taking careful notes, asking appropriately naive questions. How are the Quantum Forge projects progressing? Patil asked, switching the displays to show the hidden shipyards scattered throughout the solar system. In spaces the Alliance couldn't detect, humanity's true fleet grew larger every day. The new Hyperion-class vessels are exceeding expectations, Wong replied, bringing up the schematics. Each one carries enough firepower to disable an entire Alliance battle group. Their quantum cores can generate more energy than a small star, and the AI integration is perfect. The Alliance's presence on Earth had grown increasingly pervasive. Their advisors now sat in on every major government meeting. Their ships patrolled the space lanes between Earth and Luna, ensuring no unauthorized human vessels ventured too far. They monitored all official communications, analyzed every piece of approved technology, and maintained careful watch over humanity's development. In response, humanity had perfected the art of hiding in plain sight. When Alliance inspectors visited factories, they saw exactly what they expected: humans struggling with basic automation and robotics. They never detected the quantum manufacturing centers hidden beneath, where advanced AI systems and nanotech assemblers built wonders. Latest intelligence from the Phantom Protocol, Patil said, accessing a secure quantum feed. The Phantom Protocol was humanity's most closely guarded secret, human operatives using quantum disguise technology to infiltrate Alliance worlds. They're expanding their empire in the Andromeda Galaxy. 3 more species have been placed under their protection in the past month alone. Wong studied the data with growing concern. The pattern was clear. The Alliance found developing civilizations, offered them protection and guidance, then slowly stripped them of resources and independence. Earth was just the latest in a long line of victims, or so they thought. Show me the Aegis grid progress, he requested. The displays shifted to show Earth's hidden defensive network. Quantum-shifted satellites and defense platforms orbited in dimensional spaces, just slightly out of phase with normal reality, invisible to Alliance scanners. Grid is at 98% coverage. Paddle confirmed. If they ever decide to drop the benevolent mentor act and show their true colors, they'll find Earth far from defenseless. A priority alert flashed across their screens. The Alliance High Council had just announced new protective measures for Earth. All human space traffic would now be restricted to Alliance-approved vessels only. Any unauthorized launches would be considered a violation of their protection agreement. "They're tightening the noose," Wong observed, watching recordings of Alliance ships taking up strategic positions around Earth, getting bolder with their restrictions. "Let them," Paddle replied with a confident smile. "Every new restriction, every condescending directive, every display of their supposed superiority, it all goes into the record. When the time comes to reveal ourselves, the galaxy will understand why." In a quantum-shifted dry dock near Saturn, the latest Hyperion-class vessel, the Prometheus, underwent its final systems check. Its quantum core hummed with enough power to outshine a supernova, its weapons could reshape continents, and its defensive systems could shrug off the combined firepower of an Alliance armada. And the Alliance never saw it. They never detected the quantum communications network that linked Earth's hidden fleet. They never noticed the advanced AI systems monitoring their every move. They continued to believe they were guiding a primitive species toward enlightenment, never suspecting that their supposed students had surpassed them long ago. As Wong reviewed the latest intelligence reports, he received a quantum-encrypted message from General Chen. Phase 2 nearing completion. Prepare for escalation. The game was entering its next stage, and humanity's players were ready. The Alliance would continue to teach their outdated science, enforce their restrictive rules, and believe in their superiority. And humanity would continue to watch, learn, and prepare, hidden in the quantum spaces between seconds, waiting for the perfect moment to emerge from the shadows. Breaking point. The holographic display in Earth's quantum-shielded war room showed a scene that made Admiral Sarah Chen's blood boil. Alliance mining ships were stripping resources from Mars' southern hemisphere, their massive excavators tearing through ancient human research outposts, carefully designed decoys that hid the real facilities in quantum space. They didn't even bother with a pretense this time. Lieutenant Rivera reported, his voice tight with controlled anger. No request for permission, no notification. They just started mining. The Alliance's behavior had grown increasingly aggressive over the past year. What began as protective guidance had devolved into barely disguised exploitation. Their ships now moved freely through the solar system, helping themselves to whatever resources caught their interest. Status of the Mars quantum facilities, Chen asked, though she already knew the answer. The real human presence on Mars, vast cities and research centers, hidden in quantum space, remained undetected. Completely secure, Dr. Wong confirmed from his station. They could dig to the planet's core and never find us. But our people are getting restless, Admiral. It's becoming harder to maintain the charade. Chen understood the frustration. Humanity's hidden fleet had grown to over 10,000 ships, each one carrying technology that made the Alliance's finest vessels look primitive by comparison. The temptation to reveal their true strength grew stronger with each new indignity. A priority alert flashed across their screens. The Alliance High Council had called an emergency session regarding Earth. Their quantum spy network provided a real-time feed of the meeting. "These humans are developing too rapidly," High Speaker Zorix declared to the assembled council. "Even with our restrictions, they show concerning signs of independent thought. I propose implementing the suppression protocol." Chen's hands clenched into fists. The Phantom Protocol's intelligence reports had revealed the truth about the suppression protocol, a program designed to systematically destroy a species' scientific and cultural development, reducing them to completely dependent vassals. "Incoming transmission from the Alliance," Rivera announced. "They're demanding access to all human educational institutions. They want to adjust our teaching methods." Before Chen could respond, another alert demanded attention. Alliance ships had begun positioning themselves around Earth's major cities, a show of force disguised as protection. Their message was clear: resistance would not be tolerated. In the quantum dimension shipyards, humanity's response was already taking shape. The newest class of warships, the Nemesis series, underwent final testing. These vessels represented the pinnacle of human achievement, ships that could manipulate the fundamental forces of the universe itself. Message from the Global Defense Council, WOM reported. They're calling an emergency session. The council chamber, hidden deep beneath the Marianas Trench, was filled with tension when Chen arrived. Representatives from Earth's true government watched the Alliance's latest moves with growing concern. "We built this deception to understand their true nature," Council President Ava Rodriguez stated, her voice echoing in the vast chamber. "I believe we've seen enough. The Alliance isn't interested in uplifting younger species. They're creating slaves." The evidence was undeniable. The Phantom Protocol had discovered countless worlds stripped of resources and independence, their populations reduced to serving Alliance interests. Earth was meant to be their latest conquest. "The Aegis grid is complete," Chen reported to the Council. "Our quantum fleet is ready. The moment we reveal ourselves, we can shut down every Alliance ship in the system." President Rodriguez studied the tactical displays showing Alliance positions throughout the solar system. Their ships looked impressive, their technology seemingly advanced, until compared to the hidden human fleet waiting in quantum space. "We need absolute certainty," Rodriguez cautioned. "Once we reveal ourselves, there's no going back. The Alliance will respond with everything they have." As if to emphasize her point, new intelligence appeared on the screens. The Alliance was mobilizing its largest fleet yet, ostensibly for a training exercise near Earth. In reality, they were preparing to implement the suppression protocol. "They're going to try to break us," Chen said quietly. "They want to make an example of Earth, show other developing worlds the price of independence." The council chamber grew quiet as the implications sank in. The Alliance's mask of benevolent mentorship had finally slipped, revealing the true face of conquest beneath. "Perhaps," Rodriguez replied, a steel edge entering her voice. "It's time to show them what humanity is truly capable of. Prepare the fleet, Admiral. But remember, when we reveal ourselves, it must be decisive. The Alliance needs to understand that the age of their dominance is over." In quantum space, humanity's ships moved into position. The Nemesis-class vessels, led by the flagship Retribution, took up strategic positions throughout the solar system. The Aegis grid hummed with power, ready to assert control over local space-time itself. The breaking point had arrived. Soon, the Alliance would learn that their supposed primitive students had become masters of technologies they couldn't even imagine. The only question remaining was, when would humanity choose to strike? The revelation. The quantum sensors hidden throughout the solar system registered the arrival of the Alliance's Supreme Commander, Grand Admiral Excel Thor, his flagship emerging from hyperspace in a display of what he considered overwhelming power. The vessel was massive, stretching 20 kilometers from bow to stern, its crystalline hull bristling with weapons that could reduce planets to ash. In the war room, Admiral Chen watched the Alliance fleet take up attack positions around Earth. Their pretense of benevolent protection had finally been abandoned. The suppression protocol was about to begin. "They're broadcasting on all frequencies," Lieutenant Rivera reported. "No attempt at translation this time. They want us to see their true face." The message was simple. Earth would submit to complete Alliance control or face extinction. Humanity's dangerous level of independence would no longer be tolerated. "All quantum fleet elements in position," Dr. Wong confirmed, monitoring the hidden ships that surrounded the Alliance forces. "Aegis grid at full power. We're ready." Chen opened a secure channel to the Global Defense Council. "They've made their move," she reported. "Request permission to execute protocol revelation." President Rodriguez's response was immediate. "Permission granted. Show them who we really are." Chen took a deep breath, then spoke the words humanity had waited decades to say. "Execute protocol revelation. All ships, emerge." Throughout the solar system, space itself seemed to ripple and tear. The quantum dimension that had hidden humanity's true power folded away, revealing what had been invisible. 10,000 warships, each one larger and more advanced than anything the Alliance had ever seen, appeared in perfect formation around their fleet. The Nemesis-class flagship Retribution materialized directly in front of Zelthor's vessel, its quantum core pulsing with enough energy to outshine the sun. Across every Alliance channel, sensors screamed warnings about power readings that should have been impossible. "This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the Earth Defense Force. She broadcast on all frequencies. Your suppression protocol ends here. The deception is over." In the Alliance flagship's command center, Grand Admiral Zelthor stared in disbelief at the sensors showing human vessels that dwarfed his own. "Impossible," he whispered. "They're primitives. We've been watching them for decades." "You saw what we wanted you to see," Chen's voice replied, the quantum communications cutting through all attempts at blocking them. "While you taught us outdated science, we built wonders. While you restricted our space travel, we explored dimensions you can't imagine. While you planned to enslave us, we prepared to free every world you've oppressed." The Aegis grid activated, quantum fields spreading throughout the solar system. Alliance ships found their weapons powerless, their engines unable to engage, their much-vaunted technology rendered useless by forces they couldn't comprehend. "Your scans are working perfectly," Chen continued, knowing the Alliance crews were desperately trying to understand what they were seeing. "Those are indeed cities on Mars, research bases on Europa, and shipyards near Saturn. We simply kept them in a quantum state your sensors couldn't detect. Until now." President Rodriguez's voice joined the broadcast. "For years, we watched you strip other worlds of their resources and independence. We studied your tactics, your technology, your beliefs in your own superiority. We hid our true strength because we needed to understand what you really were." The Retribution's quantum core pulsed, sending a wave of energy that disabled the Alliance flagship's primary systems without firing a shot. Similar scenes played out across the solar system as humanity's ships demonstrated their complete technological dominance. "The lesson is over," Chen declared. "Earth is not your student, and we are not your slaves. The Alliance's policy of conquest, disguised as protection, ends today." Zelthor's voice, when it finally came, trembled with a mixture of fear and rage. "You deceived us. All this time." "Yes," Chen replied simply. "We did. And now you face a choice. Withdraw your forces from Earth and begin negotiations for the liberation of all suppressed worlds, or discover exactly how far humanity has advanced beyond your understanding." The Retribution's quantum weapons powered up, their energy signatures causing Alliance sensors to overload. The message was clear: resistance would be futile. Across the solar system, Alliance ships hung powerless in space, surrounded by human vessels they couldn't have imagined existing hours before. Their supposed primitive students had become their technological superiors in every way. "You have 1 hour to decide," Chen concluded. "Choose wisely." In the war room, humanity's leaders watched as panic spread through the Alliance fleet. Their carefully crafted image of superiority had been shattered, replaced by the dawning realization that they were now the ones hopelessly outmatched. The revelation was complete. The age of Alliance dominance was over, and humanity stood ready to reshape the balance of power across 3 galaxies.